the screen, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, dear. So we'll have a gist on, and today I want to have introduction of all the students who are there in the class. As less the students are, it would be advantage for speaking. More the students, it would not be advantage for speaking. Okay, right. Now, so we are going to the last phase of our IELTS, okay, that is speaking. And speaking is conducted, is an isolated part, means which is not very much connected internally in the test itself. You will have the exam for 2.5 hours. My voice is audible, friends.
Yes,
In
ma'am.
between, it had muted me.
Yes.
There is some problem in the internet. Okay. If there is any problem, let me know. I'll change the room or whatever. Okay. Right. So this is for 15 minutes module, which really takes away, it doesn't test your technical knowledge, or it doesn't test your, so-called general knowledge or whatever. Your common sensical approach, your language flow, your flow of thought, okay, your grammar, and at the same time how fluently, what is fluently means, the flow of thought which I already told you is being presented before the interviewer without any hesitation, and how comfortably you can speak to the other person and express your view and also understand his view in the form of a question is tested here. Okay, very simple test. Compared to TOEFL speaking, this is very, very easy. Now, task one is just an introduction, come a small interview, which very, very nonsensical questions. What's your favorite? General questions, friends. Introduce about yourself. What's your favorite color? Why is that? What is your favorite pet? So these questions will be asked, but never answer the question in the first round only in a single sentence. That takes away your marks, your band score. Okay. Now let me tell you, this is how you're going to face the interviewer. Okay. So you will go into a room, you will sit before the interviewer, and you should be in a position to give the
Hello,
response.
ma'am, not audible, ma'am.
Not audible? Hello?
No, ma'am, it is audible.
Audible, ma'am. Audible.
Okay, okay, okay. So this is how you have to physically sit with the examiner. Normally, when you guys are trained for HR interview to face the last round of HR interview for your jobs, the way that you sit, the way that you use your body language, the way that you use your hand gestures, eye to eye contact are also important. But I don't say that they're very, very important, but they are also a part and parcel of it to get your score. Okay, and whatever you spoke will be recorded and it will be sent to the Cambridge University for evaluation. And the person who is sitting here before you, the examiner, will also be a very good examiner who is well trained and certified IELTS examiner. So they will look at your very good standard. Okay. So first round will be normal introduction as well as interview. And remember, for every question you speak, you have to speak minimum for 1 minute, even though it is a very normal question. Okay, it extends for 4 to 5 minutes. Now, task two, question is called as task here. Any work is called task. Now, task two is a long term which will go for 2 to 3 minutes or 3 to 4 minutes. That's it. How, in the sense, you will be given a question on a card, and that card is called as cue card. Okay, on the card, you will be given a question printed. Down the question, you will have some hints printed. Okay, now after giving you the card, they'll just give you 1 minute time for preparation. So already I taught you the brainstorming technique that you go for task two of your writing. So just roughly you do your brainstorming on the rough paper. Rough paper will be provided to you. Okay, or the question paper which is vacant will be given to you. So you can write on the paper using a pencil or a pen, not a problem. So do the brainstorming, get ready. 1 minute is not a very short time, it's going to be a very long time. So you can use the time for 1 minute of preparation. And at the same time, you have to speak for 2 minutes. So the preparation for 1 minute should make you speak continuously without a pause for minimum 2 minutes. If you speak for 2.5, also they'll accept. But that minimum 2 minutes thought of 1 minute has to be taken, and it's not at all difficult because you have already some clues down the main question to help you to come with your answer. For every question, you just think about two sentences that and expand those sentences that will make your long-term answer for the task two. Now, task three will test how confident, how truthful, how motivational, and how genuine are you in giving your response. Okay. See, whatever that you have spoken in task one, normally task one, you try to impress the examiner, obviously. And task two is also something like an impression. Third, task three will really take away your toll because you have to remember a lot of memory power is required by you. What is that you told in the task two? Okay, because the questions which are there in task three will be based on the answer that you give to task two. They'll test your attitude, whether whatever you have spoken before is validated, is validated or not. They ask you, they test some questions, giving you some, tricky questions in such a way that you may come up with a negative answer on the other side answer. But before you should have given a positive answer, and automatically a negative answer will come, then they will read out that you are not genuine. So you have to be really very, very careful, and you should not be like having a body present and mind absent when you're answering third section. Very carefully you have to answer section 3. Once you answer it very carefully, and minimum 1 minute each question should be answered. Yes, you are with above 7 band score, not a problem at all, but you should never show any hesitation when you speak, right? Now, already I told you all this. So first round is for 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, so first the examiner introduces him or herself and confirms the candidate identity. So good morning, Mr. Murthy. This is Harshini, the trainer of IELTS or the examiner of IELTS. And I guess you are Mr. Murthy working as so and so, or a student who has come here to write IELTS. So it is a confirmation of the candidate's identity. Okay. Now, examiner interviews the candidate using verbal questions. Verbal question means questions in the form of sentences based on familiar topic frames. In the coming slides, I'll show you what all common topics. Normally, they won't go beyond those 40 topics. Okay, so common topics are there for IELTS speaking. You can just prepare on those common topics and sit idly so that the preparation of on all those topics will help you to give any kind of answer. Okay, right. Now, if you look at part 2, it is a long run. Examiner asks a candidate to speak for 1 to 2 minutes on a particular base topic. Please don't look at 1 minute, you look at only 2 minutes, minimum 2 minutes. For the first part, every question for 1 minute, minimum 4 questions they'll ask. Okay, and you should not stop until they just go for the next question. Go on, continuous talking. Okay, now, yeah, particular topic based on written input in the form of general instruction and content focused prompts. So I said, no, down the main question, you will have some key points. So using those key points, you have to come up with an answer. Examiner asks 1 or 2 questions at the end of the long turn. So immediately after the 2 minutes talk, sometimes, not always, sometimes they may immediately test your attitude by asking the question, not as a part of 3, not as a part of task 3, but only as a part of task 2. So if they ask additional question, it will extend for 4 minutes. If they don't ask additional question, it will be 3 minutes. 2 minutes for talk and 1 minute for preparation. Okay. And the next one is a two-way discussion, which is a dialogue. Okay, see, the first one is a dialogue and the last one is a dialogue between you and your examiner. The second one is not a dialogue, which is just a monologue from your side. Now, the examiner invites the candidate to participate in discussion of more abstract nature, something beyond the level of normal talk, okay, based on verbal questions, thematically linked to part 2 prompt. So, whatever the answers that you have given, the prompts, prompt means the answer that you have given in part 2 will be logically, abstractly, means creatively, intuitively, innovatively tested. So you should not fall into the trap. That is very, very important. Okay. Now look at the scores that you, what does the score talk about? Band score 6 onwards we go. Okay. So if you have a band score of 6, you are said to be competent. Okay, now some fluency shown may lose coherence, may make few mistakes. So there is no logical sequence between sentences, it seems. Some sort of fluency is there, it seems, but there is no link between proper sentences, and frequent mistakes, repetitive mistakes are there. Okay, so therefore it is 6. Now, when it is 7, you consider that person as a good speaker, it seems. IELTS will consider. Now, fluent with some errors, very less errors, okay, including grammatical errors. So, his thought is fluent, flow of thought is good, okay, with some errors of vocabulary as well as grammar. Now, if it is band score 8, he or she is considered to be very good, it seems. Okay, and very rare errors and fluency. Fluency means good flow of thought, no break in between. They are not searching for words or for sentences, just continuous flow of thought. Sentence to sentence, there is a link. Okay, that link should be there.
Ma'am,
Ma.
ma'am, at 6 band score, you said linking words, ma'am.
Not linking words, dear. I didn't say linking word. For example, if I ask you to talk about a challenge, okay,
Yeah, okay.
people talk about challenges. I face lot of challenges. In see, I face lot of challenges. Challenge is an opportunity which make the people to showcase that talent. If there is no challenge for any person, the person cannot prove himself or herself in the society and he cannot show the exposure. So there is some link between lines, right? One line to other line, one
Yeah,
line to other line, that link is there. I am not talking
yes.
about link words, connectivity. Instead of link, I say connectivity is there. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So one first line about challenge and second line about something and something about challenge you speak, that doesn't give sense, no? అంటే ఏదైనా
Yes.
మాట్లాడేయడం బట్ దెర్ ఇస్ నో లింక్ బిట్వీన్ ద సెంటెన్సెస్ దట్ ఈస్ 6 band score 6. Okay,
Okay.
if you are not
Okay.
confident you will do that. So
Yes.
to answer IELTS you should be having common sense, that's it. Common
Ma'am,
sense and broad thought. Hmm.
if we said a sentence and if we want to take it back, can we do that?
Yeah, you can take it back. Excuse me.
Uh,
You can do that. It will be a casual talk, but not too many times. Randomly, 1 or 2 times is okay. Okay?
okay. Okay.
Not a problem. Right. Now, if you go look at the 8 very rare mistakes, fluency means continuous flow of thought. Then 9 band score is fluent speaker, full comprehension. That means whatever that as a speaker I told you, however I want you to understand, you also understood in the same way. My flow of thought and your understanding is in the same way. So it is perfect. Okay, only then. And language is not like, see, somebody will wait for a while and think about a word and express it and then go. It's like very natural kind of talk which is going on. So if it is something like that, very natural, very fluent, and fully understandable without any doubt to even to the listener, okay, so then that will be given a perfect score of 9. Okay, so never see below 6. Sorry, below 7. 6 can be easily gotten, not a problem. Okay, even 9 also will be awarded. Don't think that Indians are not given 9. There are many Indians who are given 9, except in writing. Not only Indians, anyone in writing, 9 won't be given. Okay, right. So, what are the 4 factors that will be tested in speaking? So, you will be tested on fluency and coherence, right? Coherence means the logical sequence between the sentences. Fluency means the flow of thought. Okay, how will the fluency of language come to you? When there is a proper flow of thought pertaining to that particular topic. Now, look at this. What do you mean by fluency and coherence? What is expected from you in IELTS? Speaks at length means speaks continuously for 1 minute or 2 minutes according to the question at length without noticeable effort or loss of coherence. So there is no difficulty for the person. He is speaking fluently without any break. And there is no loss of coherence. There is no loss of linkage. Continuity is there. There is no breakdown of a continuity, and may demonstrate language, hesitation at times, or some repetition, or self-correction. See, uses a self-correction is there here, see here? Right. Uses a range of
Yes, ma'am.
connectives and discourse markers with some flexibility. So you are an expert speaker. You fluency comes with all these. That means your I said no, your body present, mind also should be present. If you are really making a mistake, immediately you should be in a position to correct and go further. So they will understand you have proper clarity on what you're expressing. That is very important. Okay. So link of sentences should happen. Now let us look at lexical resource. Lexical resource means the spoken resource, which is nothing but vocabulary, the words. Okay. So uses vocabulary resource. Lexical resource means proper vocabulary pertaining to that particular, I told you, no, I'll be giving you a book in that words related to agriculture, words related to food, words related to industry. Those particular words are to be used when you're talking about that particular concept. So you're expected to do that. So when you use a proper vocabulary which is pertaining to that genre, okay, then that would be very well suited. And at the same time, you will be scored good. Now, flexibility to discuss a variety of topics. So whatever is given to you, you are in a position to talk. Okay, and uses some less common and idiomatic vocabulary. So you will use special vocabulary like idioms, phrases, all these things which are not being heard from a normal speaker, and shows some awareness on style and collocation, which I'll give you with some tomorrow's class is on that, and with some inappropriate choices, uses paraphrase effectively. This is very, very important, friends. Paraphrase in reading has happened when we are doing our matching the headings. We first paraphrase, then search for the how to make out the heading for that. So here also, for example, the examiner has asked you a question, you have to reconfirm and get the affirmation or confirmation from the speaker, sorry, the examiner. See, right now I said sorry, the examiner, I corrected. No, in such a way, you should be putting your mind present. So you have to get the confirmation from the examiner by paraphrasing the question which is asked and confirming it. Is it that you wanted from me? That's what you have to ask. When the question comes, I'll tell you. So paraphrasing the question is also important. Using special vocabulary, idioms, and phrases will make you get good score, higher score. Now, grammar range and accuracy, grammatical range, this is also there in writing. Complex sentences structures. Yesterday we spoke about the whole class is about complex sentences yesterday. So use a range of complex structures with some flexibility. Frequently produces error-free sentences. So mostly all error-free sentences. They didn't say all 100%. 99% or 98% error-free sentences should be there because they understand we are foreign learners of English. Though some grammatical mistake persist also, you should be in a position to produce error-free sentences frequently, right? Next, pronunciation. This is also very important. Neutral pronunciation should be there. It should not be, an American or British or Indian or whatever. General neutral pronunciation, which is accepted everywhere. This is how we talk right now. That is a neutral pronunciation. You need not embellish your language in such a way that you wanted to speak in different version. That is not needed actually. Be realistic, present your view. Okay, if you're focusing on pronunciation, you may lose your, suppose this is the first time you're focusing on pronunciation, you may lose a hold on your vocabulary, you may lose your hold on grammar. So you should be in a position to balance yourself on grammar, come the vocabulary and the pronunciation. So let it be normal, neutral. Let it not be Indian English, let it not be British English. British English is something which is accepted, general English. Okay, now, and shows all positive features of band 6 and some but not all the positive features of band 8. Okay, we'll see what are those band 6 and band 8 now. Now, this is what about pronunciation. Look at the whole slide. Shows all positive features of band 6 and some, but not all the positive features of band 8. So you are not expected to speak Band 8 content, fantastic pronunciation content, but at the same time, you should be balancing in between band 6 and band 8. Then it would be a better score. See, generally, when examiners tell anything, they won't focus on only top rated students or they won't focus on slow learners. They focus on general, level of receptivity of students. So, for that sake, they gave you that point. Now, let us see what is band 6 of pronunciation. This slide is for pronunciation. Okay, right. Now, while you're using your vocabulary, what kind of vocabulary you will be using, and if you use which kind of vocabulary, you will be at which score. Band 5, I'm not looking at all. Okay. Now, band 6 uses a range of pronunciation features with mixed control. So sometimes you use a posh English, sometimes a normal English. That doesn't, give the balance to the examiner that you're speaking properly. Shows some effective use of features, but this is not sustained. I told you, no, proper pronunciation is not maintained always. Sometimes you put your concentration on pronunciation, sometimes you leave it. So it may give you a band score 6. Can generally be understood throughout. Though mispronunciation of individual words or sounds reduces clarity at times. It is understood. Whatever you spoke was understood. But there are some mistakes while you're pronouncing or when you're presenting your thought also. So you should be really very careful. Balance is to be maintained. If you balance, you'll go beyond 6. Now, band 7 shows all the positive features of band 6 and some but not all of positive features of band 8. So I told you, no, it's a balance. Band 7 is always a balance. You balance all the positive, what is needed, your pronunciation should be matched, your range of use of words should be matched, everything should be matched. Only then you will be at band 7. So what is band 8? Uses a wide range of pronunciation features. Now you have come with a very good accent, like a Britain accent, right? Now, sustains flexible use of features with occasional lapses. Very few, ways. There'll be a mixture of both American and British English may cause band 7. But if you are only following one version, okay, see, you can use multi and you can use multi. Multi is pronounced in, American pronunciation. Multi is used in British pronunciation. So sometimes when you use both the ways, it will just differentiate. So follow only one version. Okay. So for that, you need not do research on American and British pronunciation. Speak as you can, as you were speaking from your childhood, but not to a very Indian accent. Comfortable accent, flow of thought. That confidence of flow of thought should be there in your speaking. Okay. And it is easy to understand throughout, and language one accent has minimal effect on intelligibility. So what is our language one? For example, we all belong to Andhra, Telugu. Telugu is language one. So when you're speaking English, there should not be influence of Telugu on our English. So vernacular influence, mother tongue influence should not be there. MTI should not be there. MTI is a very major factor where English speakers should just check when they are speaking properly in English or not. So that is very, very important. See that your L1 influence is not there. So balance will give you 7. Beyond the balance, and you maintain that isolation from vernacular language, okay, then you will be at band 8. Now let us go for the next, grammar. Now see here, band 6 uses a mix of simple complex structures but with limited flexibility. Oh, here also in band 6, it is needed that you need to use simple and complex structures. May make frequent mistakes with complex structures. You need not make, because you are told all examples were given. Just find out with those examples and go. Though they rarely cause comprehension problems. Okay, actually when there is a mistake in complex sentence, because of the flow of thought of the language, that doesn't create a problem when you are understanding. But still, a wrong making of a complex sentence will make you sit at band 6. So you should be thorough with the structures of complex sentences. And whatever the list I gave, some when, who, what, where, then, as soon as, no sooner, all those, in spite of, despite, simple, besides. Just make as many sentences for each and every word and get ready. So whenever you are needed to use those sentences, you will be using it. Okay. Now band 7 uses a range of complex structures with some flexibility. Okay, frequently produces error-free sentences, though some grammatical mistakes persist. So even though few mistakes are there, you will get it, but more of complex structures will be used. Okay. Now here in band 8, not only complex structures, you will be using all variety of structure. Like for example, as I told you yesterday, and is equal to, as well as, not only but also, okay, besides. Okay. Now and is and is used in a compound sentence, as well as, not only, are compound sentences. Besides is a simple sentence. If you go for but, yet, still, however, nevertheless, nonetheless, all these are compound sentences. Then you have in spite of, despite, notwithstanding, these are simple sentences. And then you have though, although, even though, all these are complex sentences. So if you're using all the variety and showing that yes, you are very strong in grammar, so for this, if you're working towards band 8, the list which I gave, and is equal to, but is equal to, or is equal to, so is equal to, if you just by heart those words and replace in the form of common words like but, yet, so, and all, it would be really very, very easy to get your band score 8. So variety of sentences, not only complex structure is advised here, variety of usage of sentences, and also as soon as, no sooner, hardly, all those. Okay. And produces a majority of error-free sentences with very, very occasionally, with only occasional appropriacies or basic non-systematic errors. Okay. So very few errors, like 1% or 0.5% of errors are accepted to get band 8. Okay. Band 9 is also taken into consideration, but we are giving only till band 8. Next. This is fluency. Okay, now band 6. Look at band 6 for fluency. You're willing to speak at length. That means you are able to speak for a length of 1 minute or 2 minutes according to. Though may lose coherence at times. That means link of sentences. Continuity of sentences is missing due to occasional repetition. So what happens is sometimes when you're speaking too many sentences, it will be very difficult. If you repeat the sentence, you will forget the next sentence because your next sentence will be thought in the before sentence only. So when you're repeating the sentences, there might be a problem of forgetting the next sentence. Then you should be really very careful. Self-correction or hesitation. So self-correction, if it is there too many times, then obviously you will have a problem of too many times I'm talking about. Proper commonsensical as well as good self-correction once or twice, and it is done perfectly, correction is done perfectly, it's not a negative point for you. And if you have any hesitation, if you have fear to talk before, and the fear is shown through you while you're speaking, that will make you sit at band 6 or band 5 also. And uses a range of connectives that discourse makers and discourse markers, but not always appropriately. That means instead of using at, you use but. Instead of using either or, you use neither nor. If you use wrong words in wrong spaces, obviously your language goes wrong, and that will end up making you sit at band 6. Okay. Now band 7, looking at fluency and coherence, speaks at a length without noticeable effort or loss of coherence. So connectivity is there and you speak for a length, it seems, means good time. May demonstrate language related hesitation at times. So there might be bit of hesitation because you are a second language speaker, means you are a foreign learner, or some repetition or self-correction. So this is accepted only few times. If it is repeated too many times, like self-correction, hesitation, repeated for every 2 sentences, it will be band 6. Very less, it will be band 7. And uses a range of connectives and discourse markers with some flexibility. So whatever the words that we have learned, if you use them properly, that will give you. Band 8, speaks fluently with only occasional repetition or self-correction. Very rare self-correction or repetition. Hesitation is usually content related and only rarely to search for language. So the people who will not search, see, normally the problem then will be persisting to all the foreign learners of English is whether are you putting the right word in the right place or not. In the flow of thought, where will the flow stop? When you're not able to remember that particular word at that particular point of time, you fill up with something that this and all. Okay, so that is not accepted. If you should be in a position to search for a concept or the thought rather than searching for the words. If you're searching for the words, you may fall at 7 or 6. But if you're not searching for the word and you're only focusing on continuing the topic, you will be falling at band 8. Okay. So develops topics coherently and appropriately means proper connectivity and perfection. So if only perfection makes you get it, band 8. The last point to be, not last point, last point to be discussed here is lexical resource, the vocabulary, right? So if you're sitting at band 6, you would have told like this. You have a wide range of enough vocabulary to discuss topic at length. That means common words, okay? About food means restaurants, cafe, and tables and steward, according to whatever, okay? Recipes, conventional, multi cuisine, all these words you know. So you're using them and make meaning clear in spite of inappropriacies. So you gave a proper answer, clear answer. Even then you're at band 6. That means you might have used normal words, casual words, not special words. Generally paraphrases successfully. So whatever is intended by the examiner as an answer, you told it properly only. Very casually you gave it. General answer. అర్థమైంది. But it's not superb answer. It's not a fantastic answer. It is not a beyond level answer. So with how would you make a beyond level answer? Actually, one thing I would like to tell you, either in writing or else in speaking, there is no right or wrong question, right or wrong answer. Any answer is accepted, but you should be in a position to justify it. So that justification with proper grammar, proper usage of vocabulary is very important. Now, band 7, you use your vocabulary resource flexibly to discuss a variety of topics. That's why you should have hold on all those 45 topics or 40 topics, which I will be listing you out, and uses some less common and idiomatic vocabulary, idioms and phrases should be used, and shows some awareness on the style and collocation with inappropriate choices. So you tried to use idioms, phrases, collocations. Very rarely you made some mistakes. Here you did not use idioms, phrases and all. You just made some sentences and you gave a clear answer, but casual answer. But here you added, you kept some jewels, diamonds, gold, jewelry into it in the form of idioms, phrases and all. Therefore, you are at band 7. Okay, and use the paraphrase effectively. Here successfully it is being used, but fantastically, nicely it is being presented. Wow, it's a nice answer. Next, band 8. Uses a wide vocabulary resource readily. That means when you touch that person, he will be able to speak about length and breadth of the topic fully, in depth. Okay, in depth about the topic using a proper, perfect, consistent vocabulary. Okay, and flexibility to convey precise meaning. See, it is very, very difficult to give a precision, means exact answer. Exact means not the answer in one line or two lines. Whatever you want to say with nice grammar structure and proper vocabulary. Instead of telling that he is a person who abstained from alcohol for his whole life, instead of using that as a sentence, if I say that he's a teetotaler, the person who stops drinking alcohol or he has no habit of drinking the alcohol for his whole life, you call him to be teetotaler. So I use the word teetotaler instead of beating around the bush. I use the word circumambulation instead of saying that I made a 108 rounds around the temple because my wish of getting band score 8 in IELTS has been accomplished. Okay. So that should not happen. You should be using a proper, precise, perfect vocabulary to that perfect place. Use less common and idiomatic vocabulary skillfully with occasional inaccuracies. Uses paraphrase effectively as required. So you should not use collocation. Collocation means a general, slang of language which you use casually, informal way of language. But collocations, if they're used, you will get band score 7, not a problem. But here, if you want to get band score 8, you should be perfect in idioms, which I'll give you the list of idioms and one word substitutes also. That's the reason why one word substitutes were given to you. Okay? Right. So this is about the last point. So as I said, fluency and coherence, lexical resource, grammar range and accuracy, and pronunciation are the 4 points. And you also came to know how you could get 6, 7, 8 on all the 4. The general tips, as we do every time, keep talking. Talk, 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 talk. How am I talking, talking, talking? Like a talking Tom. Okay, you have to be speaking. You are not, judged with a stopwatch. You should be talking. If she or he wanted to stop, he may stop you and he may go or she may shift to the next question. If he feels or she feels that you have given a proper answer according to her wish. Okay. So, look here. I wouldn't usually reveal so much to a stranger I have only just met. But, well, you're such a good listener, and I feel like I could go on for us, or at least another 15 minutes. Which means, normally, this is a general tendency of human beings, friends. If you just try to understand what is written here, when you meet a person who is new to you, if the new person asks you any question, if you're not interested and he is a stranger, you will normally not like to tell the answer. But here he is an examiner, we should be telling the answer. Okay, he's a stranger. But as I said, don't tell one line answer, two line answers. You look at him as if he is a very fantastic person sitting before you to listen to your troubles and give you some solution. Or else he is the one before you who will be listening and focusing on whatever you say for 15 minutes. So you have to create a positive attitude on your listener. Only then you should be in a position to speak, 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 speak. Never stop speaking when you start. If you had started speaking, only at the 15th minute you stop speaking. Okay? Don't stop till then. And speaking tip two is, as I said, let us learn idioms. Okay, either an idiom or two. No need to use 10 idioms. Okay, learn at least 50 idioms or 40 idioms and get ready. 40, 50 idioms are not a problem for you. You people can learn. Okay, no need to by heart the whole list of idioms. Frequently used idioms for various instances will be there. So what could you do? You will use them and you will make an impression on the listener, examiner, that yes, this person has very high level English with him or her, and definitely we have to be giving a score of band 7 or 8. That is important. Okay, so idioms are like this: I'm a bundle of nerves. So if you say that indicates I'm very nervous. I'm as cool as cucumber. You have to pronounce it as cucumber, not cucumber, right? I'm not at all nervous. I'm bundle of cucumbers. Okay. I'm a bundle of cucumbers, which means there's no meaning and there is, you know, I am such a person where I'll be very cool not taking things seriously. Right? So it is an epic fail. So I'll be giving you the list of those and we'll be discussing also. That would help you. Next, paraphrase a question. That is very important as I told you. So you have to reconfirm the question from the examiner. Is this the question? For example, the question asked by the examiner is, do you like cucumbers? Right? In order to understand whether cucumbers is asked by the examiner or not, you should be paraphrasing it. Don't ask, did you ask me about cucumbers? Don't ask like that. You paraphrase. Paraphrase means change the words, meaning should not change. So see the person, how did he test? Do you mean those long green oddly shaped vegetables? To be honest, I have never really liked them. You can give both any answer. You can give an original answer. If you like them, you like it. If you don't like it, tell them you don't like it. Give your original thought flow. Don't copy the answers. Maybe before exam, you might have listened to many videos, or you might have read some transcripts. So already I told you, when you're writing your essay, also see that it is your original thought flow. It's not copied from somewhere. That is also very important. Be original. And use linking words to connect your ideas. Linking words I already gave you, which we have to work on them with examples. On the one hand, on the other hand, in fact. Okay. Now let us see how the linking words are arranged in this paragraph. On the one hand, it's important to sound natural in IELTS speaking. If you sound natural, you'll be at 8. On the other hand, you do need to show the examiner that you can use a range of linking words. Okay, see the contradiction in IELTS. You have to be natural in speaking English and expression of your thought properly. But at the same time, you should also show to the examiner that you are good, fantastic, using idioms and phrases. So both at a time you have to balance, as well as that talent should happen. Talent show should happen. In fact, your score may depend on it. Obviously, if you are going for higher level words, you end at 8. If you are using normal, basic, higher level words, you'll end at 7. If you're using very normal vocabulary as we are speaking every day, that will end you up at 6. That's it. So simple. Last. This is for IELTS 6, frequent mistakes. Frequent means, repetition more, immediately. Not very immediately, not very, far away. So they'll be repeating in regular intervals. So that is frequent mistake. Then you get 6. With some mistakes, you get 7. With very few mistakes, you get 8. That is what we read there. All the 4 slides. Okay. So this talks about your speaking. First of all, let me show you the common topics, then I go for the unusual topics. Okay, it's in maths. Now let us see. Name, your study, your major, your work, right? Your hometown, about your living place and accommodation, weather, favorite season, punctuality, TV program, museum, gallery, holiday, public holidays, films, leisure time, and sports, hanging out with friends, fruits, math, sky, clothes, weekend, reading, sleep, tree, memorizing, friend, traveling by train, car, or taxi, public transportation, letter versus email, photography, help, history, handwriting, music, colors, teachers. I'm going fast because these are very normal topics. Being in a hurry, being alone, teamwork, countryside. Last ones are to be taken into consideration for a while. Countryside means, the village background. Social network, swimming, snacks. All these are normal things. You can speak. If you give me the topic, I'll speak hours together. It's not because of the English which I have. It's because of I experience all these situations every time normally. Okay. So these are the casual topics which might be touched upon. What might be the unusual topics in part 1? They may ask about genes, alone time, birds, shoes, boats, memory, sleep, smiling, concentration, perfume, wild animals. One thing already I said, challenge, flowers, bread, hairstyles, dancing, trees, and robots. So these are some very few unusual topics which might be tested. So it's like a jam for your campus interviews and all. You have just a minute sessions done. It's like jam. Immediately, question asked, answer given. Question asked, answer given. That's how you have to go. Right? Now look at this, a set of questions which are there in number 1. 4 to 5 minutes you have to be answering. Right? These are the set of questions which will be asked normally. They won't ask you only 4 questions. They may go with 2 sets of questions, or else they may go with 3 sets of questions. 2 sets are mandatory in section 1. So I said minimum 1 minute you speak. In the flow of thought and the way that they stop, you will not understand whether you spoke for 1 minute or 30 seconds. If I say right now 30 seconds, you will only speak for 10 seconds. Okay? Now, first of all, there will be something called as introduction. You have to introduce and the way that you walk into your exam hall, sit before the speaker, the eye to eye contact, body language, everything are given marks. After that, intro will be there. And after intro, the round starts. Now look at the question. I would just like to ask you some questions about your work. What job do you do? Why did you choose that particular job? For the first one, you need not speak for 1 minute, right? Just tell, I actually had some plans, but I have chosen this and this is my job. And then you have to go for the next one. Why did you choose that particular job? You'll tell reasons and you'll get a big answer for this. What do you do every day? You can get any kind of answer for this. What another work would you consider doing other than your particular job? What's the other work you like doing? Okay. Now, I will also come up with answers, but just today we are only checking up with the questions how they are normally asked. Now the examiner goes to I would like to move on and ask you some questions about relaxing. What type of activities help you to relax? Do you like to do these activities alone or with other people? Why do you think it is important for people to relax? Do you think people have enough time for relaxing? For everything, you can give a very big answer. Let's change the topic and talk about your family. See, really, they may ask any number of questions, but whole set of questions have to be completed in 4 to 5 minutes. If you answer less, number of questions will increase. If you answer more, number of questions will be less. Remember that. If you're speaking 1 minute each, 2 sets you will be stopped there. If you're speaking less, as many number of questions will be coming to you. Third set will also come to you like this. Let's change the topic and talk about your family. Do you have a big family or a small family? Do you live together or nearby? For the first one, you need not give a big answer, right? Next, what activity, and at the same time, don't give only one answer. What activities do you like to do together? Who is your favorite family member? Not only telling the name of the person, the question is asked to understand why do you like that person also. So you should be addressing that. I said that 30 seconds to 1 minute answer is very much needed. Don't give one word answers or one sentence answers, which are not at all acceptable. Go on talking. Okay, let us test this. Javed, are you ready for this speaking? Shall I ask you? Are you there, Mr. Javed? Anyone is ready for speaking today? Javed, you're
Yes, ma'am.
there. Who is that said yes?
Krishna.
Krishna, ready?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Krishna. This is Harshini, your examiner for IELTS, taking your test today. Let me have your introduction, Mr. Krishna.
Good evening, ma'am. This is Krishna. My full name is Adatrao Nasa Krishna. Adatrao is my family name. And you can call me as Krishna.
Okay. Well, Krishna, can you tell something about the background of your schooling and college and what is that? What are your goals of your future?
Well, when I was 15, I am in a school called Sri Gautami Smart School, which is of state board. And I completed my BTech graduation in Gayatri Vidya Parishad. I am in electronics and communication background department.
Okay, I asked you about your goal.
Yeah, ma'am. My goals are being a aeronautical engineer, but I end up in software. But I will try my goal in my further life.
Okay. There are grammar mistakes when you're speaking. Subject verb agreement mistakes are there. Okay, check for them. Right. Now, when the topic is taught, Krishna, you should be careful. Are is used for singular in your sentences. Okay? Check it out.
Okay.
Now, Krishna, come on. Let us jump. I would like to ask some questions about your work, Mr. Krishna. What job do you do right now?
At present, I am doing in Tata Consultancy Services as a system engineer.
Hmm.
I want to lead my life as a uh, leading manager in
Please.
my present job.
Okay.
Partner.
No, please ask somebody at the back not to talk, no? Or you come away from that place. Mommy or someone is talking.
Okay.
Hmm. I want you all
Is
to
it fine?
speak. Better. Not fine. Better. Speak. Why did you choose such a particular job at this moment, Mr. Krishna?
I'm a recent graduate, ma'am. As I'm a fresher, I got the placement in my college. Uh, in placement, I got 3 companies: Tata Consultancy Services, Mindtree, and Wipro.
See, I'll
I
tell
also
you.
got the
Stop there. Stop there. I got 3 companies. Is that sentence correct or wrong? I got 3 companies, or I got a job in 3 companies, or I got in 3 companies is correct. You got three
I
companies means you own 3 companies.
yes, ma'am, I got a job in 3
Those
companies.
slight mistakes that you're doing. Now tell me which score can I give you? 6, 7, 8.
6, ma'am.
I'll give you 5.5.
Okay.
Okay. See, if I tell you properly right now, you will correct yourself.
Yes,
That's why
ma'am.
I'm telling you. Don't mistake me that I am discouraging you. It is my responsibility to point out the mistake and tell you to correct. Okay. So,
Okay.
friends, if I tell you your scores, also don't try to hesitate. At least we'll know where are we and where we should develop. Okay, thank you, Krishna. Javed, you have to speak now. Are you there, Mr. Javed? Not opening his mouth. Okay, girls, my girls. Bhuvaneshwari, ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, Miss Bhuvaneshwari, what do you do every day?
Mm. I usually, ma'am, I'm saying, should I start from the early morning or the like daily routine? Or,
Anything, Nana, you can speak anything. Usually means a daily routine, you can say. Not generally
okay.
what you like to do. Anything you can speak.
Okay.
Hmm.
Mm. Can you ask once again?
Yeah. Then what should you do if you have to ask me like that? Ma'am, did you ask me to tell what do I do? Or can you repeat the question once again? That's what you have. You can ask even the examiner also. Okay?
Okay.
Right. So what do you do every day, Miss Bhuvaneshwari?
Yeah, I usually start my day by doing my
Regular chores?
regular chores, and after completing all those, I'll be start working on my academic, like getting into my code subjects.
Mhm.
And as I'm now preparing for IELTS, I'll be working on that for nearly 2 hours,
Mhm.
and that's it.
Okay. So what other work would you like to consider doing given an opportunity?
Um, if given an opportunity, I'll be ready to do some social services like uh, plantations.
Hmm.
Uh, uh,
Okay. Right. Introduce about yourself, Bhuvaneshwari.
I'm Bhuvaneshwari Vallagachu from Machilipatnam.
Mhm.
I'm currently pursuing my BTech 4th year in Acharya Nagarjuna University
Mhm.
from Computer Science Department.
Mhm.
My
Right. Hmm.
okay,
Continue. Continue.
ma'am, can I say my okay strengths and
No, no, no. See, not even in your interview, also, never tell about your weakness. You can talk
okay,
about your strength.
okay,
Unless and until you are asked,
okay,
never reveal about your weakness. If you're asked the weakness, also tell that it will be your strength. See, for example, if it is me, I would always say in my all my interviews, like straightforwardness or candid nature is my strength as well as a weakness. I say, if it is asked,
Okay.
so they can't even. It's a kind of answer which they cannot even digest. So, very typical answer you should be giving, right?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Now, one more boy. Just trying to test how you are so that I can help you to talk.
Ma'am,
Boys,
I know that I am little bit nervous,
no
but I have to
problem.
get
You
rid of
have
that.
the hesitation.
Yes, ma'am.
The score is same, 5.5.
Okay.
Can be given 6, but 5.5 as of now because of your hesitation and all. Okay?
Okay.
Right. Ron, ready? Hey, Mr. BBC, Ron.
Yes, ma'am.
Come on. Good boy. What type of activities help you relax, Mr. Ron?
Usually, I watch movies when I got bored.
When I get bored.
When I get bored,
Hmm.
and I will read books whenever it is possible to read.
Good.
Sorry, ma'am, I'm a bit nervous.
Why? Okay, same problem will be there for anyone in the beginning. No hesitation. Everyone sitting there, okay, will have that hesitation. Even if I sit for IELTS also, what type of question will come to me is a kind of hesitation. After the question is asked, I will open up and speak. That's a different issue. That nervousness should be there also, or else we will be having overconfidence. But because you are in the beginning stage, that is too much for you. Don't think about it. If it is a blunder, also please speak. I am there to correct you all. Right?
Okay, ma'am.
Fine. Ron, do you like to do these activities alone or with other people?
I usually watch movies alone because if we want to, I
Enjoy.
mean, if anyone is there, we will get probably disturbed, and we cannot concentrate on that particular movie or anything we watch. So I prefer watching alone.
You prefer watching alone. Good. What do you think it is important for people to relax? Why do you think it is important for people to relax?
Relaxation is very important because uh, whenever we get stressed, our mind doesn't work well, and due to that, we can't find answers for any problem or anything we face difficult which we face in our life.
Mhm.
So relaxation is very important.
Okay, good. This answer is good. Now, I want to change the person. Ron,
Yes, ma'am.
for the last one, 6, before answers 5.5.
Okay, ma'am.
Praneeth, are you ready? Or Sai Chand, are you ready? I want everyone to speak. Yeah, Sai Chand, come on, come on. Praneeth is ready, eh? Whoever.
Yes, ma'am. I'm ready.
Praneeth is ready. Okay,
No,
Praneeth. Sai Chand,
ma'am.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Sai Chand. Sai Chand, do you have a big or a small family?
I do have a nuclear family, ma'am. Because when my father was young, he got married, and he he was shifted with family to stand on his legs, so that he joined in a job and dragged our family to a great situation from lot of disturbances and troubles.
Okay. Now you just have given. Okay, fine. I'll discuss about the answer afterwards. Do you live together or okay? Not that question. What activities do you like to do together in your family?
Yeah, we generally come together at the festivals, and because everyone is busy in their jobs, and in their daily works. We are most preferred like these festivals. We come together and we plan for another get together, and at that time we enjoy a lot with kids and family members. We forget everything, the job, uh, on those days.
Okay. Last question. Who is your favorite family member and why?
My favorite family member is my mother, because she drives our family. Uh, 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 as I can say that she's a great mother and even great wife to my father, because she gives hope to everyone that nothing will be happen. We can overcome those troubles, and she gives a great energy to all our family members. She can take anything that we can't take, even because ladies have great efforts, great
Willpower. Willpower.
willpower to take anything.
Very good. Very good, man. I'll give you 6 for all those. Actually, for your grammar, I'll be giving you 5.5. 5 or 5.5. I'll tell you why also. Nana, the way that you have presented your answer is with a feel and emotion, but which is required for that kind of question. But at the same time, the major problem that you had when you're speaking is mother tongue influence. Okay. Now, when you're speaking the sentences of English, they were like as if true translation of Telugu sentences into English. That which you have to get rid of. Okay. For that, Mr. Sai, you have to practice structures of tenses very importantly. Did you get my suggestion?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. And at the same time, you have to be working on prepositions also. Why? Because we come together at festivals, you said. Simple mistake that you made, but when will you use it? When there is something, a place which is already existing. I came to meet you at the park. Park is already in existence, whereas a festival is not in existence or it is not built by somebody, right? Did you? During, you have to say. So you have to be using proper prepositions. Try to understand. If you just make some corrections only in those areas, immediately you can raise to 7. I'm telling you, no, your thought flow is there without any hesitation. That is a welcoming feature. But that has to be rectified. So if you all open up, I can be helping you for all. And you can even test me asking questions. I will make you understand how. Tomorrow we will start the conversation from my side. Then you would understand what is expected to be an answer. Now I'm going to the next slide. Good participation, all of you. Right. Now this is part 2. See how the question is given. The card will be printed like this, and you would have the questions bottom to the main question that they are called as the hints, prompts, right? And you will be preparing for 1 minute, and you have to give the answer in 2 minutes. So look at it. Describe a website you have bought something from. Okay. Immediately Amazon comes in mind, or Celery where I buy my tops will come in my mind. So many, Flipkart, Geo, whatever you feel. Okay, Alibaba, who is into somewhere, right? You should say what is to be included in your answer. These whatever the points are given, they are to be included in the answer. Even though you give a too much of 2 minutes answer, these are important to be incorporated into your answer. What the website is, what you bought from the website, how satisfied you were with what you bought. All 3. Okay. Now, all I would not today. I will not make you to speak for 1 minute on this. I will point out one speaker, give you 1 minute time. Okay. Meanwhile, all of you take 1 minute time. All of you. Look at the question on the screen and get prepared for the answer. Yeah, your 1 minute is finished. Now I'm going to select one student. Praneeth, are you ready? Praneeth? Yes, Praneeth. Can you talk? I don't hear it. Yes, Praneeth, can you open your mouth and speak so that I listen to you? Yes or no, you say? We are not able to listen to you, Mr. Praneeth. Okay, Praneeth. The question to you is already there. Describe a website you have bought something from. Yes, Praneeth, start answering. Problem with your mic. Okay, then I'll shift the question to somebody. Mr. Murthy, are you ready to answer? Murthy?
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yeah, Praneeth, are you there?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, Praneeth, your question, you have heard it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Wait, I'll set the stopwatch. Let me check whether you can speak for 2 minutes. Are you ready for 2 minutes answer?
I guess I will try, ma'am.
Yeah, please. Let us try.
Good evening, ma'am.
1 second. I'm setting the stopwatch.
Yes, ma'am.
Start.
Yeah. The website is Amazon. Amazon, it is the e-commerce website where you can get all your items for your daily chores and books for your studies, for your studies, books for your studies, and everything a person wants. Yeah, we can say you can get any item that you need in your daily life and activities from Amazon. I recently bought 2 books from the Amazon. Those books are non-fiction books. Uh, those books are non-fiction books for my general knowledge. One book is for general knowledge, and another book is for history. Yeah, I am pretty much satisfied with the book I ordered. I got delivered in the prescribed time. And
You got delivered.
ma'am,
You got delivered means you were born.
the books were delivered to me uh, by the agent in the prescribed time. In the prescribed time. And those books are of nice quality as assured by the Amazon. And
Okay. 1 second. Stop there. I want you to refine the answer. Actually, look at the question, ma. Describe a website you have bought something from. Okay. And what the website is. Now your focus, when you are looking into your answer, till 40 seconds you have spoken about the website. After that, you are continuously speaking about the books which you spoke, which you have got from them. So your major focus is on the things which you bought, not on the website. Understood?
yes, ma'am.
Where you have to give the importance, this is also taken into consideration, Anna. You have to majorly talk about the website instead of speaking only on that. Instead, you would have spoken about in Amazon not only about books. You will get electronic goods, crockery items, as well as the fancy, as well as the dress materials, the clothing, footwear, the glasses, everything. If you just spend time broadly, you think, you people are thinking deeper, and you're getting only one vertical answer. But it should not be like a vertical answer digging deep into the earth. It should be like, it should go in horizontal, also going vertical. Understand? So that has to be there. So your time will be saved and you will be majorly focusing on website. Now, can you again start speaking about it?
Okay, ma'am.
Start.
The website I'm going to talk about is Amazon. Amazon is a e-commerce website which sells you everything that you need in your daily life activities and chores. You can get anything from the Amazon website. As far as I know, I get everything I want and more than my need also. I bought books, some fitness equipment, some clothes, and Amazon also has a very good clothing collection in its site. It also has other equipment like furniture.
You can compare that website to others also.
Okay, ma'am. It also has furniture, which is more for a e-commerce website when compared to other sites that are that are say that are in the market in the same platform and as e-commerce site. As I said before, I bought books, clothes, and some fitness equipment. I'm pretty much satisfied with the items I bought most of the time. Uh, I just I just have one, I can say, one issue with the delivery. Delivery is
Process.
delivery process, not process, ma'am. What I want to say is, what I wish to say is some response, ma'am. Ma'am, we sometimes delivery guys don't respond to us
Okay.
in the
There
manner
are
that we.
some hiccups, or there are some, I would like disadvantages. You can say,
Yeah,
lags. You can say. You can use.
disadvantages with the delivery, though which are not in the website, but supporting the ma'am. I want to say that
I
not
understood.
regarding the website, but the issue
The
delivery
support system.
support system of the website, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, okay, you have gone in a flow till 1 minute 35 seconds.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. After that, you got a doubt and you stopped there. But I would rather give you 6, right, for the way that you have spoke. And the mother tongue influence is not there when you spoke. That is also good. But at the same time, you have to polish yourself to the fullest, and that hesitation is being very clearly heard. That means you're thinking, maybe first attempt or second attempt, whatever it is, that hesitation would be there. Once you speak twice or thrice, you will get used to it, and you can get a better score also. Refine yourself, okay?
Not at all used to speaking, ma'am. I'm not.
I know, I can understand, but still a good talk. I really liked it.
Ma'am,
Many of you are
I'm
speaking
getting
well.
plenty of sentences, ma'am. Means
Hmm.
my brain is running much more faster than my mouth, ma'am. I can say there is no coordination,
Then
ma'am.
that will give you confusion.
Yes,
So even that
that's not.
slow, the balance of the speed should also be maintained. As you see, suppose you have got good idea in the beginning, and you did the same in the beginning till chores and all, you spoke very fast.
Yes, ma'am.
Only 10 seconds. Instead of
The
speaking for
first time.
20 seconds, you completed in 10 seconds. Even using time wisely, a bit slowly, is also important here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you'll get experience makes you perfect. Practice makes you perfect. Don't worry.
Okay.
Trying to understand you all. Okay, Saichan. Sanjana, are you ready? Sanjana should be ready. Everyday Manasa Sanjana will be ready, no? So I told you for the last part is the discussion of 4 to 5 minutes, and the questions will be related to part 2 only, and there will be a two-way discussion, and you should be very genuine. It should not be a wrong answer from your side. That means in part 2 you have spoken positively. In part 3, after they tested you, if you spoke negatively, that will give a wrong analysis upon you, and the band score will fall immediately. So see that. Now once, let us go for this. Sanjana, are you ready? Madam Sanjana?
Yes, ma'am, I'm there. Sorry, I missed in between.
No issues? Look at the question, part 2. Okay. I won't give 1 minute time for preparation. Rather, I will make it as 1 minute talk from your side instead of 2 minutes to test how you're speaking. Describe a gift you have received that was important to you. You should say who gave it to you and for what occasion, what it looks like and how you use it, why it is important to you. Sanjana, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Please start.
Okay, there's no preparation time. Okay.
I didn't ask, even though it is part 2 question, because we are running out of time. I just gave you to test how you're speaking. I'm asking you normally. Just tell me.
Yeah, okay, ma'am, fine. Hi, should I introduce myself? I'm sorry. Or
You should not use hi, madam, in your exam.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I have to introduce myself, ma'am? Or
No.
directly jump in?
Jump in.
Okay. The gift that I received recently is I thought we would play a Christmas Santa that usually we often play in childhood, and it was there long gone. And recently we thought because of quarantine, thanks to Corona, one advantage of it is we had a lot of time and to stay in touch with friends. And because of that, we decided to play Christmas Santa. I happened to receive a gift from my friend, which was a T-shirt. I mean, it's a camouflage, like military T-shirts you get, right? That was the one. It was given to me on the occasion of Christmas, and it looks, yeah, I've told about it, and it's important to me because it wasn't in my need list, it was in my wish list. But the small gesture from my friend, she understood that it was my wish, and she showed it in the form of a like presentation that is important to me. It came a little in a smaller size, so I haven't returned it. I was thinking within the gesture made me with me. I'm planning to reduce a little and then maybe use it someday.
Why is it important to you?
Yeah, like I told, it's important to me. The gesture
Okay.
of her thought, like the effort she has put in to know my wish and give it. So I wanted that shirt, and I never mentioned it explicitly to her. But then she remembered. I don't know how she figured it out, but that was sweet. Yeah.
Okay. So I would rather ask somebody to give you the score. Krishna, can you score Miss Sanjana?
Okay, ma'am. Yeah.
Krishna, you have seen the slides. Come on, give a score to Sanjana. Krishna?
The lesson is very awesome, ma'am. Grammar also, I think it is fine. So I can give her a 7, I think.
7. Bhuvaneshwari, how much we can give to Sanjana?
I also think 7, ma'am.
7.
She performed well.
Praneet?
Yes, ma'am.
To Sanjana.
Yeah. Even I'll go with 7, ma'am. There are
7.
no pauses in her speaking.
Okay. Saichan?
Ma'am, I hear a lot of disturbance while she's speaking.
Even I heard. Okay. Right. Fine. If Ron, finally you.
Ma'am, I don't take judgment, ma'am.
Arey, what is this nonsense? Sanjana, will you kill him or what? No. Promise him, okay? So Sanjana won't do anything to you. Come on, Ron. Be professional in the class.
I would give 6.5.
Yes, exactly. Even I give her 6.5. Good, Ron. Yeah, people were excited when Sanjana was talking, because whatever the learning outcomes which are being there expected by the examiner are fulfilled by Sanjana, but at the same time, she was very bit informal. Sanjana, you're very informal. Maybe suddenly I asked you, you have given a very informal answer. Make
Okay,
it
ma'am.
not to be very formal and not to be very informal. Okay. And
Sure.
bit of repetition is there in few expressions. And vocabulary usage is good. But you know, the clarity, sometimes your sentences, the way that you expressed your sentence was a fast expression and sometimes it was a slow expression. Okay,
Okay.
that means sometimes words came in a flow, one by one, one by one, one by one, like this. Sometimes, yes, 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 like this. That should not be there. Now, if all those were not there, I would have given you 7.5.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a flawless talk. No grammar mistake. I didn't find any grammar mistake, but at the same time, these all petty mistakes are there which you might be speaking good English. So actually when you have started well in the beginning, the examiner will also have an over expectation on you.
Okay.
Then you have to keep up that one also. So as of now it is 6.5.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. And thanks everybody for the inputs. I'll keep.
Good. Now Mr. Javed, are you ready? We'll stop with you. And Indumati is not done. Javed is in the office or what? He's not opening his mouth. Okay, fine. Miss Indumati, are you ready for the last question?
Ma'am,
No problem. However, Nana, don't worry. However, you can speak. We are all ready to listen to you. Okay? Tomorrow onwards, we will technically work on it. Come on. Do you enjoy giving and receiving gifts? Why or why not, Indumati?
Ma'am, please change my question, ma'am. You asked me other question, ma'am.
You will ask this question to the examiner.
Oh, sorry, ma'am.
What, Sanjana? Shall we change the question and give her?
Yes, ma'am. Maybe like to practice it a little bit.
So then okay, fine. So what is the most interesting event in your life?
Thank you for asking me, ma'am. Most interesting, ma'am, my career or anything, ma'am?
Anything you can speak, madam.
Okay, ma'am. Most interesting means my post graduation. I have to learning by the cyber security, ma'am. I have to more concentrated on cyber security. I have to searching more and more how they working in industrial and how to useful for the user side, ma'am. Like hacking, how many types of hacking will be there, like that the how much of effect will be there in user side or how much advantage and disadvantages will be there in our society, ma'am. Present nowadays, everyone can be using the website online purchasing like that. I have to research and recently I have to journal publish on cyber security in my project, ma'am. Free journal publishing. But only the cyber security, they teach only the user side, how they can be transaction will be there, the money like shopping, like how they can the third person will be interrupted to.
Indumati, what was my question? What was the interesting event in your life?
Oh, sorry, ma'am.
You are, see, you have a very good common sense. You're very clever. You're talking on something which you know very well. That is one thing which a person requires. But at the same time, you should not deviate from the question.
Okay, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
It's okay. Come on. Okay, friends, let us not consider whether it is suited answer or not. Let us rate, on how she spoke. Ma Indumati, grammar mistakes are more when you're speaking, but there is a confidence in you in which way, there is no hesitation. First thing, that is a good thing which we can see from you, but at the same time, lot many grammar mistakes are there. If it is so, it would be 5. I would not go beyond 5. It is 5. Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
So you should not, you can work. Practice thoroughly structures of tenses. You only do that work and try to use them properly. And prepositions, I'll give you a list of prepositions. Use the linkers properly. 3. If these 3 are properly used, you can use proper sentences because your thought flow is a healthy thought flow. You have a good thought flow. You have good common sense. Many of the general students, they don't have common sense which you have because you're clever. Dan vaadukonu sariga. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Right. So friends, So tomorrow we will have more of the interaction class and subject verb agreement, which will help you tomorrow. I'll be teaching that. Bring a notes and a pen tomorrow to the class. That is very important. And half an hour we'll be speaking only. So get ready for tomorrow's class. Bye-bye. Even though it is a festival tomorrow, we will enjoy in the morning and we'll come to the class in the evening. Thank you.
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am, I need material, ma'am.
Which
The writing task one, ma'am. You gave the example.
I said no, I downloaded books and all. Tomorrow morning, even I am given holidays for my school, so tomorrow morning I'm free. I will upload all those into your groups, right?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Right. You can read from those books.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anything from anyone needed for preparation? Today, Mr. Javed did not speak. Tomorrow, all of us will make him speak tomorrow. And all of you should be speaking from tomorrow onwards. Thank you. Good night.
Hello.